Nobody has ever touched a tennis racket prior to me in my family, so there was no tradition, no heritage of that sport. When I was 4 years old, to have 3 tennis courts being built just in front of the restaurant that my parents were owning. From when I was 4 to 7, I was mostly involved in school tennis with kids and just playing around the court, being in the big groups of children. It was a play, it was a game, it was fun. When I was 7, I think that's the first time that I really had a clear vision of what I want to achieve and who I want to become in tennis. I just knew I want to become #1 and win Wimbledon, and I had such a clear vision in my mind as even creating this Wimbledon trophy out of some plastic materials and just little paper, and just trying to create visions and images in my mind and create something that would serve as a motivation and inspiration for my life. I've experienced, prior to 2010 Australian Open, many struggles on the court, respiratory problems, inability to cope with the heat, endurance issues. Even though I was training hard, I was feeling that I'm losing that kind of fuel in my tank. I was feeling weaker, and then all of a sudden the vision it became different. I didn't see the court as wide as it was at the beginning of the match, and I had blurred vision. I couldn't catch breath after each point was finished, and in no time he was a winner of the match. And I remember that between 4th and 5th set, I went out to throw up, and felt my stomach was aching. I felt my energy was so low, and my nose was blocked, and there was plenty of things going on. And that was not the first time. I didn't understand that there is this nutrition part that was blocking me in a way, because I wasn't eating correctly, even though I thought that I was.
Soccer leads by 4 games to 1.
Coming from the culture where we're based a lot on the gluten, which is in the wheat, and we have bakeries in each corner, so I had breads and different bread baskets each day, even eating pizza, and I would have a little bread on the side. That's how integrated that kind of culture of eating was in our region. And also a lot of meat and sugar, refined sugar. I didn't know that would cause, all of these things would cause that kind of, a feeling of being helpless on the court and feeling of being powerless. So then I met Dr. Igor Cvetojevic, and he has actually watched that match in Australian Open earlier that year, and he felt the need to get in touch with me and to help me out. And he received the data that I have a great sensitivity on gluten, no celiac disease, but great sensitivity, intolerance to gluten, to dairy products, and obviously to refined sugar. I had to, sit down, rethink, what is going on.